Once upon a time in ancient Greece, there was a young man named Timon. Timon was a brilliant student who had studied with some of the most famous philosophers of his time. Despite his impressive education, however, Timon felt that something was missing. He couldn't shake the feeling that there was still so much he didn't know. One day, Timon heard about a philosopher named Socrates who was said to be the wisest man in all of Athens. Curious, Timon decided to seek him out. When Timon found Socrates, he asked him how he had become so wise. Socrates replied, "I am not wise, Timon. The only true wisdom is knowing you know nothing." Timon was surprised by this answer. He had always believed that wisdom was about having all the answers. But Socrates' words challenged everything he thought he knew. Over the next few weeks, Timon spent all his time with Socrates. He listened as Socrates questioned everything he believed in and encouraged him to question everything around him. Socrates taught Timon that true wisdom was not about having all the answers, but about acknowledging how much he didn't know. As Timon began to see the world through Socrates' eyes, he realized how much he had been blinded by his own assumptions. He saw that he had been so focused on what he thought he knew that he had never really considered what he didn't know. Slowly but surely, Timon began to understand the true meaning of Socrates' philosophy. He began to see that the more he learned, the more he realized how little he knew. And yet, at the same time, he felt a sense of liberation. He was no longer burdened by the weight of his own knowledge, but instead, he was open to new possibilities and ideas. Years went by, and Timon became a respected philosopher in his own right. But he never forgot the lesson he had learned from Socrates. He continued to question everything around him, always searching for new knowledge and understanding. In the end, Timon realized that Socrates had been right all along. True wisdom was not about having all the answers, but about acknowledging how much you didn't know. And that, he knew, was the most valuable lesson of all.